Hello, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning meditation. We are going to start by saying 3 7-line prayer. Organ yogi num jansam pemage sa dombola yatsen chogi ngodrubne pema jongne jesurak Ordu kandro mangpo kor ketki jesu dag drupi jinji lop cheer shake su so guru pema city home Organ yogi num jansam pemage sa dombola yatsen chogi ngorupne pema jongne jesurak kordu kandro mangpo kor ketki jesu dag drupki jinji lop cheer shake su so guru pema city home Organ yogi num jansam pemage sa dompola yatsen chogi ngodrupne pema jongne jesurak kordu kandro mangpo kor ketki jesu dag drupki jinji lop cheer shake su so guru pema city home. Yes, let's take a moment to remember our motivation for being here today and to generate compassion. Our motivation determines the direction of our actions, so it's important when you begin an activity, especially a Dharma activity, to begin by establishing a proper motivation. So let's take a moment to generate compassion and make the wish that our meditation together today brings a measurable benefit not only to ourselves, but to all sentient beings. The meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha meditation or Shine meditation. And this is taught by Jetsma in her book, Stabilizing the Mind. This meditation is a traditional Buddhist meditation. The Buddha actually said this was his favorite practice. But you don't have to be Buddhist to practice it. We're just going to be putting our attention on our breath, and you don't have to be any kind of anybody to practice this. Everyone can do this. So Jetsma has taught that meditation is the natural state of mind when it is relaxed, stable, and open. And meditating in this way trains our mind to not only be calm and relaxed, but also alert and wakeful at the same time. So the point of this meditation is to create space in the mind. And creating space in the mind helps us to balance our emotions. It gives us a little bit of room between action and reaction. It gives us some space around our emotions so that when our emotions come up, we're not just immediately consumed by them and carried off by them. There's a little bit of space around them, and this little bit of space is also the first step in the development of bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all sentient beings from suffering. So meditation is a lot more than just lower your blood pressure or relieve stress. It's in the Buddhist tradition, meditation is actually very important for awakening. So let's take a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, or you can sit in a chair. Again, with your posture, your spine is straight, like a stack of coins. A lot of times we're on our phones and hunched over in this way, so it can feel kind of unnatural sometimes to sit up straight. So if you want to stretch, you can do that. You're going to sit up like your spine is a stack of coins. Your shoulders are open. Your hands are in your lap, gently relaxed, You can place one hand in the other with your thumbs touching and place your hands just below your navel, or you can just rest your hands on your legs. Your elbows are going to be out a little bit from your body, so you have some room around your rib cage for you to breathe. We're not collapsing in on ourselves. We're sitting up straight and tall, very open. Your eyes are going to remain open during this meditation. If you're new to meditation and it feels awkward to keep your eyes open, it's okay to start by meditating with your eyes closed. But meditating with your eyes closed makes it very easy to fall asleep. And we're not trying to get sleepy with this meditation. We're trying to wake up. So, so traditionally we keep the eyes open, looking downwards. You can imagine a line going down the bridge of your nose, down, down, down to the ground, and just find a place along that line where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. And then lastly, place the tip of your tongue right behind your front teeth. It's kind of like you're saying the letter L. And allow yourself to relax completely and breathe normally. Just breathe in your natural rhythm. If you want to take a couple deep breaths to get into that rhythm, you can do that. And just settle into your natural breathing pattern. And then put a very light attention on your breathing. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe naturally with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't try to control it in any way. You don't put any pressure on it. You just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. And when thoughts come up, just let them go like bubbles popping on the surface of a pond. You don't have to look to see what they are. You don't have to check to see if it's a good thought or a bad thought. Just let them pop. Your meditation is not lost by hearing your thoughts, but by following them down the road. So when you find yourself following a thought, just drop it. As soon as you notice that you're following a thought, drop it and come back to your breath. And if it's really difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine, excuse me, sorry, some allergies. If it's difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can imagine picking them up with tongs and dropping them, or you could imagine cutting them with scissors and throwing them away, something like that. But you always return to that single pointed concentration. You're dropping the thoughts and returning again and again to the gossamer thin attention on your breath. So for our first round meditation, we're just going to meditate for 5 minutes, and then we'll take a break and meditate for longer. So just return again and again to that gossamer thin attention on your breath. Okay, so that was our warm-up meditation. Good morning. All right, so that was our warm-up meditation. I always say it's really helpful to start with short sessions like that if you're just getting into meditation or if you're returning to your meditation practice after a long time. It's helpful to start small and build up so we don't burn ourselves out by trying to do too much when we're first getting started. It takes a while to get used to sitting still. Your knees hurt, your feet fall asleep, that kind of thing. Takes some practice to get used to just sitting comfortably, not to mention sitting with all of your thoughts and emotions. So it can be an uncomfortable experience, and it's good to just start small and build from there so you have a very sustainable foundation for practice. And one thing I wanted to share today, I found a quote that I wanted to share. This is a quote by Chomtrul Rinpoche, and he said, "Who are the most inspirational practitioners of the Buddha Dharma? It is they who view the importance of meditation and engage in it with as much zeal as when they first learnt how to speak, eat, and walk. That is the level of enthusiasm, dedication, willingness, and energy that you have to aim for if you want to become one of them. Once you have become a serious practitioner, results will quickly arise, and you will be an inspiration to others to do the same, and freedom from samsara and Buddhahood will be in your sight." So, just wanted to share that. I have a toddler who is currently learning how to speak, and so I can see in my day-to-day life, I can see the enthusiasm that he puts towards learning to speak, eat, and walk. And so if we put that same enthusiasm towards our meditation practice, we can go very far with it. And that enthusiasm, even if, not all seasons of your life allow you to have a lot of time in meditation. Sometimes we go through seasons of our life where we can really devote ourselves to meditation practices, and sometimes we go through seasons in our life where we just don't have that availability that we wish we had. Like currently I have a toddler, so it's very hard for me to get long stretches of time to meditate. I have to kind of find the moments where I can, and that's what this season of life is like. But we can cultivate that enthusiasm even if we're not sitting on our cushion. So even if you're sitting in traffic somewhere, you can cultivate that enthusiasm for meditation practice by paying attention to your mind, by noticing just the tumultuousness of our mental chatter and going, boy, meditation would help with that. When I get the chance to meditate, I'm going to take that chance. And you can kind of cultivate that desire to meditate and noticing, reinforcing for yourself how meditation helps you, and just kind of build up that enthusiasm for practice. So then when you do have that free moment to meditate, you dive right in. And so, so even if you're in a season of your life where you don't have a lot of time to do sit down practice, that is a really worthwhile thing to do, is to just cultivate the enthusiasm so you can take advantage of whatever opportunities you can find. So now we're going to meditate for a longer stretch. We'll meditate for about 20 minutes. Let me just set my next timer. Okay. So we'll sit with a straight back. Hands are in your lap. Eyes are relaxed and gazing downwards. You can imagine a line going down the bridge of your nose, down, down, down to the ground. And just find a place along that point where it's comfortable to rest your gaze. Then relax completely and breathe normally. Just breathe in your natural rhythm and put a very light attention on your breathing. Don't try to control it at all. Just breathe as you normally would, with the most gossamer thin attention on your breath. And you still notice any sounds in your environment, anything happening in your environment. You still notice it, but your attention is on your breath. It's like taking your pulse. You don't put any pressure on your breath, try to change it in any way. You just observe it. Your attention is like a feather, gently riding on the surface of your breath. Okay, so that's our meditation for today. Now, whatever your experience of meditation was, whether you feel like it was a good meditation or a bad meditation, we're not going to wallow in whatever feelings we have about it. So, just like throughout our meditation, we dropped our thoughts. So, now, whatever your experience was, we're going to let it go. Just drop it. And then we'll close with dedication prayers. Do you need a copy of the dedication prayers? Oh, you have it there. Okay, great. Okay. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice, and all that I will ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. All right. Well, thank you for coming.